I guess it's good afternoon. I'm going to refly a flight that that I did in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I'm going to do it in X-Plane, and we'll see how it goes. It's a little busy right here. I didn't think I had parked myself in this busy of a place, but we'll try to get the plane started and get out of here. So let's see if everything is about where I think it should be. Yeah, everything's looking not too bad. Yeah, I think we're okay. So I'm running so X-Plane 11.53 developer build, and I'm running the Reality expansion pack, and so I think that's pretty much it. Let me get my find my other controller. There it is. Okay, I think I'm pretty well set up in the cockpit here. So we'll go to next.
2 brakes. Test and set. 3 fuel selector. Both. 4 fuel shutoff valve. On, in. 6 beacon. On. 7 avionics switch. Off. 8 master switch. On. 9 throttle. Open 1/4 inch. 10 mixture. Idle cut off. A auxiliary pump. On. B mixture. Rich until 3 to 5 GPH, then cut off. C auxiliary pump. Off. 12 starter. Engage. 1 ignition switch. Start. 2 mixture, at engine start. Rich. 3 engine. RPM 1000 RPM. 4 oil pressure. Check. 5 mixture. Leaned max. 6 flaps. Retract. 7 avionics. On. 8 instruments. Set. 1 brakes.
That's disappointing. I put fuel in this thing. I put 15 gallons in it, and according to rep, it's Maybe I didn't apply it. I'm gonna have to cheat. Since I already have the plane started. Customize, weight and balance. Fuel weight. Yeah, 3 hours should be good. Yep, that should be better. Okay, plane started. Go ahead and hide this guy. Let me see if pilot ATC is working. Tower approach. Guess we're going with tower. Say weather.
Weather at Echo Golf Hotel India is scattered. Visibility is unrestricted. Winds are 332 at 11 knots. Cloud coverage is 5000 scattered. Current altimeter is 3033. Temperature 16.8.
Okay. Say active runway.
Arriving and departing runway 20.
20. Wasn't the one you were supposed to change, Bill. 20. 2120. Let's see if I have any airport information here. I do. Okay. Okay. Zoom that a little bit. So that's 20. Okay. Let's get a map out. Alrighty. So how good does this go? Let me. Oops. Wrong way. Let's go back to here and see what airports. I don't see a lot of taxiways here. That's a little crazy. Oh well. We'll go back to the map then. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready to taxi.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf taxi to runway 20 via taxiways Alpha. Hold short runway 20.
Well, I don't have a pushback, so just trying to get the plane to turn here. looking for a taxiway line. Okay. There's one. So, do we have any information here? So I'm going to 20, so it says I gotta go this way. Okay. It's a step down here, so hopefully I can make a right-hand turn here. And the answer is no. Okay, well, spin around. Seems odd. It's an access road. Okay, I guess this is where I'm going. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready for departure.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 331 at 11 knots, altimeter 3033 cleared for takeoff, runway 20 squawk 1200.
Kind of a little weird here. I'm gonna go up this runway a little bit. So there is no taxiway that comes up here. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. At least from where I was. Maybe there's one from the other side. Rotate. Not sure what's going on.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, have a good afternoon. Frequency change approved.
Say weather.
Weather at Echo Golf Hotel India is scattered. Visibility is unrestricted, winds are 332 at 11 knots, cloud coverage is 5,000 scattered. Current altimeter is 3033. Temperature 162.8.
Real strange. Plane just wants to roll. This is not going to be fun for any length of time. But we'll try to work through the problem. Huh. 11 knots should not be doing this. No way should I be doing this. least I'm headed for my first destination. But I checked, and my yoke is absolutely working. But I've got to counter this roll tendency pretty seriously. It's just kind of crazy. I've not ever experienced this before. And what I hope I didn't inadvertently do is on the rep there's a way where you can put in rudder trim, and I hope I didn't inadvertently turn on rudder trim. Because the bad part is I can't change it while I'm flying. So first stop is supposed to be Wolvesey Castle. We'll see if I can find it. It will be way more challenging because of what's going on here. Way more challenging. Swear to God, like I got an autopilot turned on and I'm fighting it. I swear it's what it acts like. So I'm trying to get a little lower without killing myself. this must be Wolvesey Castle. Okay. A pretty cool church there too. Alrighty, I'll make a turn there. Everything is so much more difficult. Gotta put in so much more roll just to get this plane to turn. Okay, I'm about done. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna change. Not sure what was going on with that weather, but there was something not right. Where it was just dancing me all over the countryside. And it said it was like 11 knots. It's like, there's no way that should be doing that. So I just said, I just went to clear, get to see the scenery way better, and that'll be okay. It was just, I mean, I could have put it on autopilot, but I really don't like to fly autopilot. So that had to be what it was. That was nuts. But it would roll you. I mean, like, almost like it was gusting. Like right now, if the plane like rolls a little bit, you know, I can just do a little bit of movement on the yoke, and I'm back flying straight again. I could not, I was constantly fighting. So we'll get a little better view of the scenery here. Where are we heading? So we're heading kind of east. How far do I gotta go? Oh, looks like I got a ways. Yeah, it looks like I got about 12 miles to go, so. Yeah, that was crazy. At first I thought I had inadvertently put in some rudder trim, you know, so. Just giving some rudder inputs to see if my rudders aren't centered. They might be off by a little bit. It's with my MFG crosswinds, it's kind of hard to tell center because there's no detent in the middle of it. Or if there is, it is really, really subtle. Yeah, kind of cool. I get to actually see the scenery. The last times I've been flying in X-plane here, it's been just the weather's been lousy, so I don't get to kind of enjoy the scenery. And it's actually looks pretty nice. So the scenery I'm running is Orbx True E for the UK. So. So that's where we're going to now. It's called, I think, Spinnaker Tower. And Spinnaker Tower. And so we'll see how well it's rendered in Orbx with Orbx for UK. In Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's rendered quite well. So, but it'll be interesting to see what the difference is. So, and that's kind of what I'm doing is I'm just kind of like seeing what the difference is between the two. As far as the actual scenery, it looks similar. I won't say it's the same, but it looks similar. So it is interesting. So where this tower is straight ahead here. There's the land kind of juts out, and there's like an opening there going out to the water, and that tower is right on the left-hand side of where that juts out there. So. Yeah, there was something going on with the live weather. I don't know what that was, but it wasn't what I was being told. There's something different about it. So I could probably pull the power back a little bit here. I could probably get down to easily 1,000 feet. And there's an airport over here, over on the right hand side there. I'm not quite up for a touch and go. First part of this flight was a little too stressful. So. But we'll have to see. Yeah, you can actually see the runway right from here. So at about 1,000 feet, I'll pull back on the yoke a bit and try to get it to trim, and try to cruise at about 1,000 feet down through here. Over on the left there, it looks like a building crane. That's a little crazy. Sure looks like it. So I know about where this thing should be. It almost looks like over on my left. That is what it is. So I'm gonna come in kind of like this, trying to get the plane to trim right now. Yeah, that's it. That is amazing. I was surprised I could pull that off. So you can clearly see that that's a Spinnaker, and that's called Spinnaker Tower. So I'm just not as comfortable quite yet in X-plane to jump out of the cockpit, but that absolutely is a Spinnaker. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna go over trying to get level right here. Now this is kind of different. So like I said, I'm using Orbx True Earth, and you can clearly see those are building cranes. So somehow, I don't know how, did they actually like place them here? That's nuts. I've seen some in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I was just so surprised that actually you would have cranes that are temporary in nature. I'm just trying to can I just do a gradual turn here? Just trying to trying not to get too low in airspeed and not run into a crane. But that is just crazy. Wow. Sorry, crazy things like this, the way the scenery like shows up, that is amazing how they did that. I got no idea how they did that, but that is pretty cool. What the heck is that over there? Looks like a Ferris wheel. No way. What is this? It looks like one. It might be something different, but I'm pretty high, so things are deceiving when you're like 900 feet right now. I don't know what that is, but it sure looks like a Ferris wheel. Same thing. Who put that there? When you're taking a satellite image, it isn't like you're going to see something like that. Yeah, it's kind of like a mini version of the London Eye. It may not be mini, though. Oh, too cool. Way too cool. So, I give myself a little bit of power. Getting a little concerned. Not terrible, but just a little concerned. Oh, this is pretty cool. This made the rough part of the beginning of the stream all well worth it. Well worth it. Okay, come on back, Bill. Okay. So let's go. Yeah, let's go this side. I'm trying to get down a little bit. It's not comfortable to get out of the plane. I will be soon. That is slick. They got ships here too, so Good Lord, what is that, a carrier? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a British carrier. Oh, for sure. You can look at the ramp on the end of it. We don't have them on ours. Yeah, it's a British carrier. Oh, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So, now I gotta figure out where I'm going. Okay, I think this is the way I'm supposed to go. I gotta spend some time there. A bunch of ships here. So I'm going to roll that around. I'm just doing like a slow turning climb right here. Alrighty. Is that a sailboat? Looks like it is. Trying to get around here. Yep. Yes, it is. Okay. Back on course. Whenever you're sightseeing like this, you always, it's kind of, it's easy to like lose track of either your heading or your elevation or many things. Oh, taking the wrong path. I was taking the path that I got in here on. Gotta do a little bit of a turn here. I was looking at my map and I was all the way down. I was trying to track back this way, and that's not that's not the direction I'm supposed to go in there. I can see the airport right now. Yeah, we ain't gonna land here. I did want to go over it though. We're buying. Yeah, I'm happy with what I'm seeing. I'm actually very happy. So this airport is EGHI. So we're going to Southampton. Should be a track of 309, 308. We're gonna turn a little bit. Get me back on course. I'm already famous. Thank you. Yeah, so this turned into a lot less stressful flight. That was nuts what was going on. So we're 6 miles out, about 4 minutes. So if I remember correctly, it's on the other side of that water, and I think it's like the sports complex, if I remember correctly. I find it unlikely that the ships and stuff are active. They're just probably static, but the fact that there actually are ships in the water it's kind of a cool thing too. Oh, compass must be off a little bit. Yep. Says it's 2 miles away. I'm trying to pull back some power. I'm at 1500. Trying to get low enough I can see what I'm looking for. It looks like pretty much right straight in front of me has got to be what it is. So I would say that's what it is, right there. I'll do a flyby here. Yep. Pretty cool. Alrighty. I'm gonna go out straight a little. Oh, I'm gonna go a little bit out of my way here. Because I can see what these are from this far away. As long as I know pretty much where I am, I'll just double back from here and get back on course. So I wanted to take a look. So there's a cargo ship there with, certainly looks like containers on it. And these great big guys over here, those are container unloaders, so. Yeah, another container ship. Yep, that is pretty neat. Wow. Oh, this was fun. Just doing a little exploring. Not sure how all this was done, but looks seriously legit to me. Alrighty, I'm gonna do a left turn here. We'll go down the water. And I'll get back on course. Just let her straighten out a little bit. That is pretty neat. That I didn't expect to see. Not at all. That is neat. Says I should be on a track of 303. Let's spin around a little bit here. Get back on course. Yeah, that's pretty cool. 303. Yeah, I can see the magenta line coming back to me. Trying to pull it out of the roll. Still rolling on this, it's just slower. Here we go, 3. On course, what do we got? At 16 miles to the next destination. And that is Salisbury. Hey, what's going on? I'm just hanging out in X-Plane. They got too many things broke in Microsoft Flight Simulator for me to enjoy VR, so I'm doing some VR in UK. I'm using Orbx True E for the UK, and I don't know if you caught it, but I was just looking over a shipyard where a container area where they load chips, and the containers were there, the container cranes were there, and I'm going like, that's pretty neat. Glad you could join me. I get myself back on course. Earlier, I was using live weather when I took off, and I don't know what was going on, but it said the winds were like 11 knots. I was getting danced. I mean, the plane would just dance back and forth. It's like, this is not going to be fun. So I just decided I'll just turn it to clear weather. I get to see more scenery, and it's a lot easier to fly. So I don't know what was going on. I just don't, so. Figure out what I was doing here. Southampton. Let me click down here. Come on. Okay, so we're going to Salisbury Cathedral. And what I saw in Microsoft Flight Simulator looked pretty nice, so I'm kind of curious what we're going to find. I'm even more curious what we're going to find when we get to Stonehenge. How close that will be. I really don't know. But X-Plane seems pretty happy here. See if I can pull this off. The problem doing this in X-Plane is my throttles, and pretty much everything is in the cockpit because I'm using I'm using my touch controllers for the throttle, for the trim, for all this stuff. So this here's a little bit scarier than in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but I'm slowly growing accustomed to it. I want to make a plywood Lewis script that basically has so I could have right out here with me, I could have my throttles, I can have my heading, I can have my trim, I can have all that stuff right out here with me when I'm flying in the chase view. So but I do have my map with me, so I mean I can tell, that I'm on course. So trying to see what else I actually have here. This is all kind of crazy. Not quite everything I need, but quite a bit. See, I'm drifting a little bit to the left. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. So does that tell me? I think it does. Yeah, so I have the next waypoint, how far away it is, and how long it's going to take me to get there. So I do have all of that out here, so that's kind of slick. You really get to enjoy the scenery. Yeah, where I was flying, I think it was yesterday, the day before, it was all mountains. This is really, really flat out here. Kind of cool, you can see the subtle aileron forces I'm putting into it to make it turn. Man, it is subtle. That's interesting. What I'm doing is I am replicating the same flights that I did in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm replicating them. What I did is I took the flight plan, I imported it into little navmap, and then I exported it into X-Plane. And then I imported that flight plan from X-Plane into Pilot JTC. So that's kind of how I'm doing it. So, and it's working great. It really, really is. I'm quite happy it's how it's working. But I mean, to me, this looks pretty nice. I mean, because I forgot what I paid. I paid probably $100 for all three packages, but that's some pretty nice stuff there. I mean, I'm really happy. I mean, it was an investment, and it's what I wanted to do. I mean, you know, so. Oops. And at least what I'm seeing, I'm not sure what you're seeing on the screen, but what I'm seeing here is a stutter-free experience. I mean, this is smooth. A little bit of aliasing going on there. But it is really smooth. Yeah. I'm going to jump back in the cockpit. So we're close. Closer than I thought. Pull some power back here. Because it says we're way close. Crap. So I'm pretty sure it's on my left. Maybe not. It says it's 1.9 miles, but I'm off course. There it is. There it is. There it is. I knew if I saw it, there would be no doubt I saw it. And I was just hoping it looked as good. You know, that you could tell it from a distance, so. Feed back in some power here. See if I can get level right here. I think I'm level. If I'm not, I'll be in for a scare. But it's all pretty flat here, so I don't need too much to worry about. That is awesome. That is slick. That is slick. A little bit of stutters right there, I saw. Back in the cockpit. So, a little more power. Yeah, we'll spin around there one more time. A little too steep a turn there. Trying to get there too quick. Not as detailed as Microsoft Flight Simulator, but there's no mistaking what you saw. So, that's cool. Alrighty. What's our next adventure? Better give me some more power here. Okay, should be tracking 350. 352 actually. Let's see, are we lined up here? Yeah, not too far, not too bad. How far away are we? 6 miles. Yeah, because earlier in the stream I was having, just because of what the wind was doing to me. I mean, normally I can fly this airplane just like I did in real life when I was training, is I just fly with just 2 fingers. I just got a couple of fingers wrapped around the yoke, and I got like no trouble like keeping the plane like pretty much going where I want it to go. Man, that was like such a challenge. But you could see the plane just kind of go left, go right. It's like, so it was almost like it was like gusts going on. And but there was no reports of that in the weather report I was listening to. So it was a little bizarre. So we are a little over 3 miles away from Stonehenge, which I have been in real life. I've been here. It was pretty cool. Yeah, we took a bus trip from, I think we were in London. We took a bus trip out here. That was pretty neat. Yeah, I forgot how long we were in London. We were in London for 4 or 5 days, I think. I thought England was expensive until I went to Japan. Then I found out what expensive really is. Japan is really pricey. My girlfriend paid for the hotel we took. She took her daughter and her 2 grandkids, and so the deal was she paid for the hotel. We went to Disney World, Disney Sea, Disney World, and but I covered the meals, so that was my contribution was covering the meals, and I think our flights, I think, and but that was expensive. Why does it seem like I'm like right over it? Doesn't seem right. Oh, there it is. There's less trees in X-Plane. It was, I was surprised. This looks so much bigger when you're on the ground. I'm trying to get a good view here, but not doing well. So let me go out this way a little bit. Gotta find a way to do better. Okay. So I gotta kind of get my bearings here. There's an airport that's pretty close, but alrighty. So, where's my airport at? Cessna 6256, inbound to land. Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo, go. Darn it. Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo, Golf. Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo, Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Tower, go ahead.
Cessna 6 Bravo, Golf, inbound to land.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good afternoon. Squawk 1200, enter pattern on a left downwind for runway 23. Call downwind. Okay, that's the runway. Let me try something here.
I didn't have myself set up right for left downwind. I had to do a little bit of maneuvering here. And I am high. Not sure what the runway elevation is, but I know I'm high. I'm good, straightened out. So this should be set up for a left downwind of runway 23. Normally I'm a little more prepared than this. Normally I would have the runway elevation so I would know exactly where I should be for pattern, but right now I do not, and a little too preoccupied to go searching for it, so. Should be able to judge it well enough. I'm almost thinking I'm landing at a military base. Whoops. Okay, I'm in the white arc. 1 notch of flaps is out. I have the heading bug set for 2-3, so it's in the bottom of where it belongs. So I'll come out here a bit, trying to stay a little bit level. I need to be descending, but I think I might be okay. We'll find out pretty quick here. So I'm looking for it to be a 45. That's looking good. I'm gonna turn while descending, hopefully not too quick. Okay, level it off. Looking for the runway. Looking pretty good. Turn on in. Turn on in the final. Trying to get her trimmed. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, final, runway 23.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 331 at 18 knots, cleared to land runway 23. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf exit runway when able.
Awesome. We're a taxiway. Wow. That one coming up. The problem is I don't see taxiway lines. There isn't any. Where am I at? Huh. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, clear the active. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, clear the active. Thanks for the follow. Certainly don't look like a taxiway. Almost looks like a runway. Ramp. Hey, what's up? Trying to find a place to park. No, I'm having fun. I'm having fun. What do we got here? Is that pointing me in the right direction? I think I'm on a military base. All the aircraft I'm seeing are, well, they ain't looking like civilian. I'm just gonna park here. I'm just gonna park here. There's a fighter over there. And it looked like transport planes there, so. yeah, I'm sure. Well, the fact I'm in England, that'll be even worse. Let me spin around here. Come on around. There you go. Okay. Come on back. Okay. Parking brake. Oh, that was fun. Yeah, I didn't hear him on the radio. He didn't say anything to me. Yeah, I just got done. So basically what I'm doing is because at least for me, VR and Microsoft Flight Simulator, with the last update, they kind of broke it. So what I'm doing is I'm basically recreating my flights in X-Plane. So I basically import the Microsoft Flight Simulator flight plan into little nav map and then export it into X-Plane, and then that's what I use to fly with. So I'm flying with Pilot ATC, and so that gets me air traffic control and that kind of stuff. So it went well. The beginning of the stream was terrible. I was using live weather, and it said that the winds were like 11 knots. Man, they were gusting to 25. The plane would just dance all over the place. So I just said clear skies and says I'll enjoy the I'll enjoy the scenery. So it's been a lot of fun. When I was in I think it was Southampton. I got to see a container shipyard, and so what I'm using here is Orbx True E for the UK for X-Plane, and they actually had a container shipyard with the container cranes and the container ships at that shipyard. Of course, they don't move, but they were there. It was believable. I mean, so that was quite cool. So, alrighty. Yeah, I have been really happy. This was the time I used it before in X-Plane. I've only used it a couple of times. The weather was bad, so it was really cloudy, really overcast, really you just couldn't enjoy the scenery. So I'm kind of glad that what happened, and I just made it clear sky so I could actually see, and it turned out great. So not too bad. So until they get, as far as I'm concerned, VR and Microsoft Flight Simulator resolved, I will go ahead and continue to do just recreate the flights that I did in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And actually, like most of the castles in Orbx, they're there. A couple of them aren't quite right, but most of them are there. And most of the other points of interest I've found, and that's kind of what I'm looking for, are the points of interest there? They may not be as refined, but could you tell that that's what it is? And that's really what's important for VFR flying. They're landmarks, and you have to be able to see them as a landmark. So. But so yeah, so Sky Command, do you use X-Plane or not? Okay, you got a minute? Okay, I just want to show you how I fly a plane in X-Plane. Good. I won't take that long. So in X-Plane, I have my controllers. And I have a hardware yoke. I have my Fulcrum 1 yoke. And I have MFG crosswind pedals. That's the only hardware I have besides my VR headset and the touch controllers. So, I can go down here, as soon as I touch the trim wheel, yeah, it's cheaper than flying for real. No. So when I touch the trim wheel, my controller, I can feel it. When I pull the trigger, and I pull down on it, I can feel it moving. So I don't need a hardware trim wheel. The same way as my mixture and my throttles. As soon as I touch them, they highlight. My flaps, so I can go down one notch. One notch up. The same way with all these switches. All these switches, as soon as I get close to them, they highlight. The same way as like knobs. So on knobs, when they're highlighted, you can turn them. So you can move it up, move it down. And in the controller, I can feel it, the clicks, the same way as on a radio knob. So I'm on the bigger knob here. Can you hear that in the headset? So I can hear the clicks. So click, 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 click. So that's how knobs work, switches work. Trying to think anything else. That's a pretty good demo. That's a pretty good demo. So, when I hear people on the Microsoft Flight Simulator forums going, well, I think a mouse is better, I'm like, have you tried something where touch controllers are correctly integrated? And more than likely they have not. Or if they have, there was something else going on. I've been using VR and X-Plane for 3 years. I've been streaming VR and X-Plane for a year. I have a little bit of experience on how at least I think it should work. And that's how I did this whole flight. I got hardware pedals, hardware yoke, and I use VR controllers for the rest. And I'm good to go. And when I'm flying the airplane, so I have an HP Reverb G2 with valve index controllers. So what the valve index controllers allows me to do is my fingers are free. So when I fly an airplane, I just have fingers touching this yoke. I don't have both hands on it, just one. And I can land a plane. I mean, I got great landing. I mean, so I can land a plane, I can control a plane. I can do it all while these controllers are attached to my hands. And it works great. I'm extremely happy. So I'm waiting for the VR part of Microsoft Flight Simulator to catch up to X-Plane. The visuals are just gorgeous in Microsoft Flight Simulator, no doubt about it. But I really want the VR experience to be tremendously improved over where it is right now. So, and Jorg there, he on the last question and answer, he said to go ahead and write him if you have some input. So I went ahead and wrote him. I wrote him an email, and I haven't heard back yet. I'm sure he's a busy man, but basically I want to have a conversation with him on how we can make VR and Microsoft Flight Simulator much better, and from people that have used it for some period of time. So we'll see how it happens, and we'll see how it goes down. So, but alrighty, I think I'm about done here. Trying to think. I got my flaps up, so I think that's it. Okay, I think I'm going to call it a day. What time is it? That's what, 2 o'clock? Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. So, let me make sure to turn my avionics off like my instructors told me. Never kill the engine with the avionics on, you will break it. And back with the mixture. She's dead. Beacon off. Master's off. All the way off. Everything good to go? Cool. One other thing. Because I'm using Steam VR on with my G2, it allows me to use OVR Toolkit. Oh, thank you so much, Iowa. Oh, Iowa, I want to ask you a question. Do you live in Iowa? My brother moved from, I live in Erie, Pennsylvania. My brother used to live here too. He worked at Welch's where I did. He moved out to Iowa, and he lives in Fairfield. You anywhere close? And you may have heard of this too. Oh, I'm sorry, Fairfield. He's a big Power Wagon user, and he basically works for, there's a place called Vintage Power Wagons, and basically he works part-time for them. That's how he retired. He's working for them, so. And if I understood it correctly, it was Fairfield. Okay. Have you heard of the Vintage Power Wagons? They have a big rally out there every year. Okay. He's a power. He owns a power wagon, and that's basically what they're all about. So, and they have a power wagon rally there in the Fairfield area every year. So they do all kinds of stuff. They have a parade. They take them out in the mud. I mean, they have a lot of fun. So, okay. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, we both worked at Welch's. I worked there for 49 years. I think he worked there for 30. He started later in his life than I did. I started right out of high school. So we're both retired from there. So, alrighty. Well, I'll call it a day then, and hope to see you guys all around again. And like I said, whether tomorrow or the next day, I'm not quite sure yet. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to do the streams that the flights that I did in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm going to replicate them in X-Plane. And after seeing what I saw today, I'm just looking forward to it. It looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy. So, thanks again, and y'all have a great day. Mine got a lot better. Thank you.